Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Namaskar. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India on this day, January 26, 2022. Tuesday. Sorry, it's Wednesday. I'm sorry. Today, January 26, 2022, Wednesday, 3:50 AM. मैं सूरज सिंह सिविल इंजीनियर भारत इंडिया से बोल रहा हूँ। आज जनवरी 26, 2022, 26 जनवरी 2022, 3:50 सुबह के, और आज बुधवार, रिपब्लिक डे ऑफ दिस कंट्री। सो गणतंत्र दिवस भारत का 26 जनवरी 26 जनवरी 1915, we remember that day when our constitution of this country as a whole was implemented. It came into being. आज के दिन हमारा देश का संविधान, सबसे बड़ा नियम, सबसे बड़ा कानून, भारत के सही करने के उद्देश्य से, भारत को संचालित करने के उद्देश्य से कार्य रूप दिया गया। इट वॉज इम्प्लीमेंटेड। हमारे देश का संविधान जिसमें हमें गर्व है। वी ऑल पीपल ऑफ दिस कंट्री, वी पीपल ऑफ दिस कंट्री हैव फुल प्राइड इन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया। भारत के संविधान में हमको पूरा गर्व है। वी पीपल ऑफ दिस कंट्री having solemnly resolved to constitute this country into 5 parameters everybody knows in the secularism, socialism, republic, democratic, etc. It's all woven in. A country of all people, irrespective of whatever religion we come from, whatever caste we come from, or whatever. We are all one family. This is our Constitution of India. Beautiful statement. No description, no differentiation of caste, no differentiation of religion, no differentiation except humanity, humanity and humanity. Really, we should feel pride in that Constitution, and author of that Constitution, exponent of that Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar, Bhim Rao Ambedkar. I extend my professional salute to that barrister, that philosopher, that writer, that thinker, that contemplator, that visionary, etc., etc., whatever title can be subscribed to that personality. Greatest person of ours, who possibly in those days when nothing was clear, people did not know anything, he provided this equivalent to holy document we call Constitution of India, भारत का संविधान, आज की तारीख में जिसके बिना हम आगे नहीं चल सकते. Without this document we cannot move further. We have to be very strong and we have to respect that document. We have to forget religion, we have to forget faith, because religion and faith shall not provide us food and existence. In today's world, religion is not that important as efficiency is, as economy is, as science is, as engineering is. We have to be very proud of that. 26th January is day to remember that one. And it is post 1947 that we got this document, that comprehensive document, which even today topmost lawyers and topmost judges of this country, topmost politicians of this country can't imagine, that we got in those days under bright post leadership of Dr. Ambedkar, president of that Constituent Assembly, or you can say drafting committee of Constitution. We got this green document. I am saying green because all red lines have been were removed. Of course, amendments is different. You can say amendments are different that we got in. सुधार तो होते रहते हैं, लेकिन उस समय के हिसाब से जब कुछ भी तो नहीं था, हमें एक ऐसा लीडर मिला जिसने इस डॉक्यूमेंट को बनाया। उस खुले विचार का लीडर डॉक्टर अंबेडकर साहब, जैसे आज भी बहुत होंगे हम ये नहीं कह सकते, लेकिन उस समय तो एक ही थे जिन्होंने कांग्रेस और देश की जनता के लिए ये संविधान दिया। ये संविधान अगर कोई चाहे या ना चाहे, इसके बिना आज हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते और अभी तक जितना भी पढ़े हैं वो पढ़े हैं। इस संविधान में बहुत कुछ है, कमियां भी हो सकती हैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं होता कि ये संविधान नहीं। बड़े से बड़ा भी न्यायाधीश इस संविधान को अच्छी तरह समझता है और मानता है। ठीक है, राजनीति अलग चीज़ है, हमें राजनीति की बात नहीं कर रही, हम बात पब्लिक नीति की कर रहे हैं, देश की जनता की नीति की कर रहे हैं। देश की जनता इस संविधान को मानती है। होंगे 1-2% लोग जिनके दिमाग ठीक नहीं काम करते या जो हर बात को मना करने के लिए जीवित हैं, लेकिन एक सामान्य जन इस देश का, एक सामान्य नागरिक इस देश का, जो इस देश के बारे में चिंतित है, सोचता है, वो इस संविधान को मानता है। ठीक अलग है, पढ़ता नहीं है, समझता नहीं है, लेकिन विश्वास करता है, वोट देता है। ये बहुत बड़ी बात है। एक वोट देना ही इस संविधान को मानना है। या आप इस पर समझ लीजिए, वी हैव टू थिंक दिस वे। वोट clearly indicates that every citizen trusts, believes, relies on this constitution. It's very important matter. भारत के संविधान को आप कहें तो एक आप पब्लिक का वोट भी कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि पब्लिक के वोट ने ही इस संविधान को बनाया है। लिखा किसी ने भी हो, साइन किसी ने भी किए हों, लेकिन सबसे बाद में भारत की जनता ने इसको अनुमति दी, इसको अप्रूव किया, इसको अडॉप्ट किया। जो साफ लिखा है प्रीएम्बल्स में, वी अडॉप्ट दिस आवरसेल्व्स, वी गिव इट टू आवरसेल्व्स, वी गिव दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आवरसेल्व्स, वी अप्रूव इट, वी लेजिस्लेट इट, वी अडॉप्ट इट, एटसेट्रा यू कैन सी, एंड इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन। वी हैव टू बी वेरी लॉजिस्टिक, वी हैव टू बी रियलिस्टिक। हमने अपने लिए एक ऐसा दस्तावेज तैयार किया अंतर्राष्ट्रीय लेवल पे, जिसका सामान्यतः आज सारी दुनिया इसको मानती है और बहुत से देश इसकी कॉपी भी कर रहे हैं अपने संविधान के लिए। इस संविधान को हटाने की बहुत से लोग बात करते हैं, अनपढ़ हैं बेचारे, समझते नहीं हैं। वो क्या जानते हैं कि देश को आज़ाद कराना कितना मुश्किल काम था। बस राजनीति हर बात में ले आते हैं। मैं उनको एक समझता हूँ कि डरपोक लोग हैं जो समय का सामना नहीं करना जानते। ऐसे लोगों के बारे में क्या कहना। देश को आज़ाद एक व्यक्ति ने नहीं कराया, ये भी सच है। देश को आज़ाद पूरे देश की जनता ने कराया। पूरे देश की जनता ही कांग्रेस थी और उसमें बहुत से नेता थे हर क्लास के। मुझे आज भी ध्यान आता है जब मैं देखता हूँ, व्हेन आई फाइंड दैट देयर वाज समवन हु assassinated वाइसरॉय of UK, and that person was in jail in Kala Pani. Afridi, I still know that. At that time there was no Gandhi and there was no Subhash. I remember that time. Maybe people do not even call him today, do not remember. Afridi, a prisoner it was in case of some village. He was undergoing imprisonment in Kala Pani. But he was very angry with British people. He decided that he would kill Viceroy when Viceroy visits that area. And he did that. Believe me, that Pathan did this. He was Muslim or not Muslim, that's not a question here. Question is he had determination. He dragged knife into back of that Viceroy. Really, it's wonderful that he had a courage. Of course, he was later on hanged, but he did something which is not even on record today. We remember Gandhiji, we remember Subhashji, we remember Nehru, we remember this and that. Remember anybody, no problem, you can remember, he's right. But certain facts are also there. When there nobody could think of freedom at that time, that person did this job. Rani Jhansi ki Rani did a wonderful job. Like that, there are millions and millions freedom fighters, results of which all blood loss is. They led their lives for this country, and that Constitution of India is clear symbol of that. Therefore, we should respect this as far as Bharat country is concerned. हमें उन सब के बलिदानों के अंत में, बलिदानों के निचोड़ में ये संविधान मिला है। जिसको भारत का हर व्यक्ति एक तरह से ग्रंथ मानता है। धार्मिक ग्रंथ ना सही, ह्यूमन ग्रंथ तो है। कैसे जिया जाए, कैसे रहा जाए, हाउ टू लिव, हाउ टू सर्वाइव, हाउ टू रिस्पेक्ट एवरी ह्यूमन। मनी इज नॉट एवरीथिंग बट ह्यूमन इज एवरीथिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। पैसा सब कुछ नहीं है। आदमी का हक, आदमी का अधिकार, व्यक्ति का अधिकार, छोटा हो बड़ा हो, जातियों को ख़त्म किया गया इस संविधान के द्वारा। ख़त्म का मतलब उनको एक तरह से बराबरी का दर्जा दिया गया, जो आज भी हासिल नहीं हुआ। दुख तो इस बात का है। बड़ी बड़ी बातें करने से कुछ नहीं होता, हिंदू मुसलमान सिख ईसाई करने से कुछ नहीं होता, भारत भारती करने से होता है। हम भारत हैं, हम इंडिया तो इंग्लिश में कहते हैं, लेकिन मैं इसको सिर्फ भारत मानता हूँ। ना मैं हिंदुस्तान मानता हूँ, ना मैं इसका कोई और नाम मानता हूँ। भारत इसका असली नाम है। जिसने भी दिया हो, मैं तो इसको कृष्ण द्वारा दिया हुआ, राम द्वारा दिया हुआ, सत्यवादी हरिश्चंद्र द्वारा दिया हुआ, और किसी का भी नाम ले दीजिए, उनके द्वारा दिया हुआ मानता हूँ। इसको हटाना, जो सोचे उसको शायद पागल खाने चले जाना चाहिए, वो चाहे कोई भी क्यों ना हो। यह देश किसी धर्म का नहीं है, ये देश मानवों का है। इस देश में जो पैदा हुआ, जो इस देश के लिए मर सकता है, वो उस देश उसका है। इस देश का बच्चा बच्चा जानता है। आप इतिहास को मोड़ने की कोशिश करेंगे तो इतिहास आपको मोड़ देगा, याद रखना। इफ़ यू वांट टू ट्विस्ट, इफ़ यू वांट टू टर्न, इफ़ यू वांट टू बेंड real history of this country, you cannot do that. And particularly in this age when people are educated, maybe they are not academically qualified, they are not educated, but they have a quality in them. That's why I'm referring to this. They don't have educational quality, they don't have professional quality, but one quality they have: they understand what is life. They understand. Since 1950 everybody has been voting, and that vote has become a teacher. That vote, the franchise, that suffrage has taught everybody what is life, what is power, what is, you can say, vote. Vote has become a power. Vote has brought quality into its attempt. Now people know what is meaning of vote. Maybe in 1950 people didn't know, and even up to 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, people didn't know. But now everybody realizes without any educational qualification. They do not know what's related to the Constitution. Maybe 80% people have not gone through that, but they know by virtue of experience what is power of vote. And that power of vote is directly proportional to this Constitution, and Constitution is directly proportional to vote. If you say exactly Constitution means vote, and vote means Constitution, because it is Constitution that has been given by we people of this country, and vote is also given by we people of this country. We have to understand this fact. One may be president, one may be prime minister, it means nothing. You are not above Constitution. Duty of president is to protect Constitution, to preserve Constitution. Does he do that? That is a question mark. Because politicians are converted to president, it doesn't matter anything. Politicians should not interfere in president position, but they do because of business of politics. Politics has been converted into business, and president should learn this from vote. You may be president, you may be whatever, but you have to understand Constitution. That is important. You may be prime minister. It's duty, prime minister duty, to follow Constitution, to abide by Constitution. Does PM do that? That's also a point of view. PM is not a private position. President is not a private position. It's not a personal position. It is position given to president or prime minister by Constitution of this country, and Constitution means instructions by people. You have to follow instructions by people, and people means your bosses. Every citizen is above President of India and above Prime Minister of India. These both persons should understand that. If you don't respect citizens, whatever citizen may be, you don't respect Constitution, and you don't respect Constitution means you don't respect freedom of this country, you don't respect this country. आप अगर एक भारत के नागरिक की मान सम्मान नहीं कर सकते, उसके हकों का प्रोटेक्शन नहीं कर सकते, तो इस लायक आप नहीं हैं कि आपको इन सीटों पर बिठाया जाए। ये बात एक सत्य है। दूसरी बात है कि एक आपको चुनाव के बाद, राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव के बाद हटाया नहीं जा सकता, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री वोट के द्वारा आता है, डायरेक्ट वोट के द्वारा ना सही, एमपीज़ के वोट के द्वारा, उसको भी वोट से हटाया जा सकता है। इसीलिए वोट में बहुत बड़ी शक्ति है। वो शक्ति संविधान ने दी है और संविधान इसलिए बहुत ऊंचा है और वोट उसको चलाता है। We have to understand these facts, and that's why I'm saying quality. People have actually understood quality of vote. Now it is fact. That's why I'm trying to refer it to quality again. We should have quality life. It is India, it is Bharat. We want quality of life. Everybody accepts that this is a fact. हम सब जानते हैं हमें क्वालिटी बहुत आवश्यक है और क्वालिटी के बिना काम नहीं चलता है। एंड क्वालिटी इज फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट दैट वी शुड हैव फूड, वी शुड हैव क्लोथिंग, वी शुड हैव शेल्टर. These are first three basic requirements. In Hindi we call them रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान. मकान ना सही कपड़ा तो हो, और कपड़ा हो साथ में रोटी भी तो हो. रोटी पेट के लिए चाहिए, कपड़ा तन के लिए चाहिए और मकान आराम से रहने के लिए चाहिए. इसके अलावा जो चाहिए वो बाकी बातें. अगर हम ये चीज़ तीन भी ना दे पाएँ अपने देश के एक सामान्य जन को, तो हमारी राजनीति बेकार है, हमारे नेता सब बेकार हैं. हमारे बड़े बड़े सीटों पे बैठे बड़े बड़े ऑफिसर, बड़े बड़े जो भी अधिकारी हैं, जज हैं, लॉयर हैं, ऑफिसर हैं, पॉलिटिशियन हैं, एमपी हैं, मिनिस्टर्स हैं, साइंटिस्ट हैं, डॉक्टर्स हैं, इंजीनियर्स हैं, जो भी हैं सब बेकार है. जैसे हम कहते हैं अगर आप काम में क्वालिटी नहीं दे पा रहे और आपने कितना भी अच्छा डिज़ाइन किया हो, सब बेकार है. वॉट एवर लेवल ऑफ डिज़ाइंस हैज़ बीन डन, if work has not been done according to quality requirement, there is no meaning of your design, and there is no meaning of work if it doesn't perform according to requirement, according to intention for which it was done. इसलिए मैं कहता हूँ पहले हमें क्वालिटी देखनी है, गुणवत्ता देखनी है. अगर हम गुणवत्ता देखें तो भावनाओं से बाहर आएँ. हमारे को जो मारता है हमारे देश के लोगों को, मैंने जो अब तक समझा है और ये सब जानते हैं, हमारे देश के लोगों को भावनाओं ने मारा है, भाव ने मारा है, इमोशन ने मारा है, सेंटिमेंट ने मारा है. हम बार बार सेंटिमेंट में चले जाते हैं और अब तक राजनीति में जो भी हुआ है वो सेंटिमेंट के हिसाब से होता रहा है. वो शायद जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी का समय हो, शास्त्री जी का समय हो, या इंदिरा जी का समय हो, या उसके बाद बीजेपी वालों का समय रहा हो, या आज का समय हो, या आने वाला समय हो. अगर आप इनको समझ के एनालिसिस करके देखेंगे तो आप पाएंगे कि हम लोग सेंटिमेंट के दरिया में, सेंटिमेंट के समुद्र में, भावनाओं के समुद्र में बह जाते हैं. और जब भावनाएं सामने आती हैं, ये भी सच बात है, जब भावनाएं सामने आती हैं तो मस्तिष्क की शक्ति खत्म हो जाती है, समाप्त हो जाती है. We just analyze and check what happened since we started our constitutional arrangements of forces 1950, you will find that sentiments have taken a role. Sentiments or emotions have been used in politics to befool people of this country. I know people of this country cannot be befooled, but it happened in those days because people did not know what actually Constitution was. They have understood now to some extent Constitution is there and vote is there. And they wait for vote. They don't go with two swords to kill someone. They wait for vote, and vote is considered as gun, as shotgun, as you can say a kind of sword to behead politicians spiritually. And politicians know it. Of course, they play frauds, they play with EVMs, they play with this and that. But ultimately, people are people. People are swayed by politicians because politicians are more criminals and more crooked minds than ordinary public. Ordinary public is ordinary because they expect nothing except food, except clothing, and they want to live comfortable and decent life. This is desire of every citizen of this country, which Constitution has to fulfill. But Constitution, because it's not speaker, it's not worker, people have to think that. People have at least understood so far. All people of this country know what is meaning of vote, and countries, people, or you can say our democracy has taught many other countries what is meaning of democracy. Even America may not understand what's meaning, but we understand what's meaning democracy. But our problem is we are emotional society. We do not analyze. The day we start analysis, that day will be a great day for this country. Unfortunately, our engineers, our professionals do not have capacity to analyze. Or if they have capacity, they are not open to speak. They do not come forward to tell world what is analysis. It applies in every profession. Even if you take current case of COVID-19, you get news every day. This is happening today. These so many cases today. They give like readers, all newspapers, all television channels. They do not tell you real reasons. They do not write in their news or speak in their news what is analysis of that, why it is happening. And that's what I say. They only narrate something given by someone else. So it's not news, it's just transmission of knowledge, and I do not accept that. When public understand meaning of words, public believe in quality. You ask somebody, you ask anybody, what do you mean by quality? Everybody accept, first of all, that I accept quality if it exists, and I don't accept bad quality. But they do not know what's quality. Point is that I am thankful to Constitution, I am thankful to democracy, I am thankful to secularism, I am thankful to socialism, to republic in which every citizen has been given right to vote, means everybody is king. One overpopulation equal to one citizen's king. If I am a citizen, means I am king of this country. We should understand this fact. And my representative at top is president of this country. I am king of this country. Maybe you laugh on this statement, but this is a fact because we are sovereign. We are sovereign means I am sovereign. I am sovereign because we are sovereign. The country is sovereign, and sovereign means what? Swayam Rajya, Swayam ke Raja. Swayam run, Swayam ke Rana. I am self-king. Nobody appointed me. I appointed myself. We appointed each other. You got my point. We have to analyze everything. I have not given constitutional title in this talk, but because it is 26 January, it's my duty to rethink. Everybody should rethink. Every citizen should rethink. You may be having degree or no degree. You have experience. What happened so far? People are dependent on politicians because people are not united. Politicians are our servant. Constitutional positions are our servants. All constitutional positions. One to all. They are our service people. We pay them. It's our taxes that provide them, that meet their expenses. It's a fact of life, and we cannot run away from this fact. We cannot run away from this fact that we are masters, but we certainly do not realize this fact. At least people start questioning, and when people start questioning, you can say bad times for politicians start. Bad time for politicians starts means there is social change in politics. We should remember this fact. If people vote and they can change their representatives, I think that is unit of change. If voter can change, whoever sits there in that seat, MP, MLA, this means voter has some courage. Well, there may be EVM problems, there will be other problems, that is different issue. But what I am saying is foundation of constitution, and voter understands now. Voter might not have gone through what is written in the constitution, but voter understands what is constitution, and therefore voter cannot be taken for granted by politicians. Politicians have to know that voter knows what you are. This time has gone that voters used to come and garland leaders. That time has gone. Now voter understands that voter is employer. Voter is employer. Citizen is employer of politicians. We have to think that. जो मत अधिकारी है, मैं मतदान नहीं कहूँगा, याद रखिएगा, मतदान नहीं है, हम दानी नहीं हैं, हम एम्प्लॉयर हैं। मत देने का मतलब मैं एम्प्लॉय करना चाहता हूँ आपको, मैं आपको नौकरी देना चाहता हूँ, आप इसे नौकरी को स्वीकार करेंगे या काम करेंगे। बस एक ही कमी है हमारे संविधान में, जो शायद ईमानदारी की वजह से, ऑनेस्टी सिंसियरिटी की वजह से नहीं सोची होगी उस समय में, लेकिन आज वो ज़रूरी है। लेकिन वो कोई करेगा नहीं कि अपने जिस तरह से वोट दे के हम किसी को सीट पर लाते हैं, उसी तरह से उसको उठा के भी फेंक दिया जाए अगर वो काम ना करे तो। बस वो एक कमी रह गई थी और जो कभी शायद अभी पूरी नहीं होगी, क्योंकि इन राजनेताओं के होते हुए तो इनके अपोजिशन में कोई काम नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन उसका एक ही तरीका है, डिटर्मिनेशन। पब्लिक जब हैवक करती है, जब पब्लिक खुल के सामने आती है, तो याद रख लेना बड़ी बड़ी सत्ताएं हिल जाती हैं, बड़े बड़े देश हिल जाते हैं जब पब्लिक को गुस्सा आता है। पब्लिक जब गुस्से में होती है तो बड़ी बड़ी सेनाएं भी सरेंडर कर जाती हैं। बहुत से देशों में हो भी रहा है, सूडान में हो रहा है, कहीं और भी हो रहा है, बहुत से देशों में सत्ताएं बदली हैं। अफगानिस्तान में देखिए क्या हुआ। पब्लिक जब होती है उसके सामने बड़े बड़ों को सर झुकाना पड़ता है। इंदिरा जैसी पावरफुल लेडी को, पावरफुल प्राइम मिनिस्टर को लोगों ने उठा के फेंक दिया था। याद रख लेना, पब्लिक जब इकट्ठी होती है, पब्लिक जब यूनाइट होती है, तो देश भी स्वतंत्र हो जाता है, संविधान भी बन जाता है और नेताओं के नाम निशान मिट जाते हैं। ये भी याद रखना चाहिए। यही ही क्वालिटी होती है जो हम खो चुके थे, और मुझे कुछ समय तक, कुछ हद तक अच्छा भी लगता है कि ठीक है, समय लग रहा है, पब्लिक क्वेश्चन भी कर सकती है और कर रही है। वो क्वेश्चन कुछ समय के लिए दब गए थे, कुछ समय इंदिरा गांधी जी ने दबा दिए थे, कुछ अब तो 7 साल से दबे ही हुए हैं, कोई क्वेश्चन करता नहीं था। सारे टेलीविज़न चैनल, सारे अखबार बिक चुके हैं। इस सरकार ने सबकी काम करने की शक्ति खरीद ली है और वोटर को छोड़ दिया है। सरकार सोचती है कि अखबार वाले, टेलीविज़न चैनल वाले इनको वोट दिला देंगे, इनके नाम की तालियां बजा के, इनके नाम की थालियां बजा के। ये भूल जाते हैं सत्ता की सीट में इतनी गर्मी होती है कि आदमी, इतना नशा होती है कि आदमी सब भूल जाता है। वो भूल जाता है कि जिनकी तुम ये न्यूज़ बिकवा रहे हो, जिनको पैसे दे रहे हो, वो एक बार 2 बार चल जाएगी, लेकिन बार बार का झूठ तो पकड़ा ही जाएगा। जब आप देश के लोगों के बारे में नहीं सोचेंगे तो देश के लोग आपके बारे में क्यों सोचेंगे। आज जितनी बदनामी टेलीविजन चैनल की हैं, जिनको मोदी के दिए पैसे दिए जाते हैं, उन अखबारों के जैसे कुछ अखबार हैं जो मोदी की ही तारीफ करते हैं। ऐसे अखबारों की, ऐसी टेलीविजन चैनलों को नाली में फेंका हुआ है लोगों ने। बेशक आप चलाए जाएं, लेकिन सच तो यह है, आप अपना मान सम्मान खो चुके हैं। ये बात मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ कि संविधान बीच में आता है। संविधान ने सब शक्तियाँ सबको दी हैं। आज आप देखिए, लाखों इंजीनियर हैं, लाखों डॉक्टर हैं, अच्छे पढ़े लिखे हैं देश में, लेकिन आज देखिए मेडिकल कितना महंगा हो गया है, चिकित्सा संबंधी सुविधाएं कितनी महंगी हो गई हैं। क्या एक आम व्यक्ति इसको चला पाएगा, इसको सह पाएगा? ये कोई सोचने वाला नहीं है, कोई भी नहीं। Nobody is thinking about that. What shall happen? Medical is so expensive. So it's expensive. All medical facilities are expensive. Medical insurance भी, आपने मेडिकल का इंश्योरेंस कराना है, बहुत बड़ा इसमें बात हो चुकी है कि जी मेडिक्लेम करा लीजिए। मतलब ये कि मेडिकल भी आपका अपना है, सरकार वो भी आपको नहीं दे सकती। नौकरी आपको सरकार नहीं दे सकती। प्राइवेट सेक्टर का बुरा हाल है, लूट मार मची है, काम की वैल्यू नहीं रही है, कोई क्वालिटी नहीं है। एम्प्लॉय कर दो, धक्का मार के निकाल दो, थोड़े पैसे दे दो, काम करेगा अपने आप। हर चीज़ को बेचा जा रहा है, ठेके पे दिया जा रहा है। अगर आप इसी को सरकार चलाना कहते हैं तो लानत है आप पर। सरकार चलाने के लिए सरकार की सेवा करने की शक्ति होनी चाहिए, जो नहीं है। अगर जनता ने सब कुछ करना है, प्राइवेट सेक्टर ने सब कुछ करना है, तो आपकी ज़रूरत क्या है? अगर कोई कहता है कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर में अच्छी एफिशिएंसी आती है, मैं इस बात को नहीं मानता। था एक समय, अब नहीं। अब तो बल्कि कहें प्राइवेट सेक्टर सरकार से ज़्यादा कचरा हो चुका है। जाइए सर्वे कीजिए किसी भी जगह, आप जाइए, मैं बात करता रहता हूँ। बड़ी बड़े नाम, बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां, पर उनका आप कचरा सामान खरीद लीजिए बस। चाहे टाटा हो, बिरला हो, डालमिया हो, अंबानी हो, अडानी हो, सब कचरा बेच रहे हैं, कोई सही नहीं बेच रहा है। खुल्लम खुल्ला कह रहा हूँ। देख लीजिए किस तरह एल काम कर रही है जाके सड़क पे। अंबानी की कंपनी, दूसरी कंपनियां, कोई हिसाब नहीं, कोई किताब नहीं, कोई प्लानिंग नहीं, कुछ नहीं, कोई क्वालिटी नहीं, कोई पूछने वाला नहीं। बड़ी बड़ी बातें किधर। और संविधान ने ऐसा नहीं कहा। संविधान ने कहा है सीधी तरह चलिए, नहीं तो ऐसा डंडा पड़ेगा कि आप याद रखेंगे। डंडा यहाँ डंडे से नहीं है, डंडा यहाँ हालात से है। सरकार तो आती रहेंगी, जाती रहेंगी, लेकिन खुशी इस बात की है कि आज कम से कम वोट की क्वालिटी लोग समझ रहे हैं। वो अलग बात है कि बह जाते हैं भावनाओं में, लोग ही भा देते हैं धर्म के नाम पे, जात के नाम पे। याद रख लेना, धर्म ना किसी का हुआ है ना होगा। न धर्म लेके आए थे, न धर्म लेके जाएंगे। कोई धर्म लेके नहीं आया कोई भी, ना कोई लेके जाएगा। ना कोई जात लेके आया, ना कोई लेके जाएगा। हाँ, वोट जरूर हम सोच के करते हैं या नहीं करते हैं, ये हमारा हक है। अगर हम वोट को फेंकने वाले हैं, ठीक है, फेंकिए। अगर आप वोट को समझते हैं तो आप अपना भविष्य सुधार सकते हैं। वोट मत का अधिकार है आपका, आपकी अपनी इच्छा है आप किसको वोट दें। लेकिन मैं फिर कहूँगा, पॉलिटिक्स की वजह से नहीं, आप किसी ऐसे व्यक्ति को ही वोट दीजिए जो आपको लगता है आपके लिए सही है, देश के लिए सही है। पहले देश के लिए सही होना चाहिए, फिर आपके राज्य के लिए सही होना चाहिए, और फिर आपके लिए सही होना चाहिए। आप ये बस सोचिए कि मेरे लिए सही है पहले। आप अगर हैं इसलिए कि देश है, अगर आपका देश नहीं तो आप भी नहीं, याद रख लेना। कीप इन माइंड, योर वोट मीन्स नेशन, योर वोट मीन्स स्टेट, एंड योर वोट मीन्स योर सेल्फ। Vote is your constitution, it's a fact. Vote is in your hands, it's a fact. Vote is your future, it's a fact. Vote is not an ordinary item. It's not simply name vote, it means your power for coming time. It means you have to decide what you have to do. No one else will decide for you. And don't think that these are leaders whom you elect. These are not leaders. You are their leaders. Understand this point. They are your servants. Do not consider Prime Minister as your leader. Do not consider Minister as your leader. Do not consider President as your leader. They are your servants. They are your employees. You can terminate them. You can remove them from office. You have that capacity. It may not be direct capacity, but it is indirect capacity. Your vote is this country's future. Your vote is your children's future. And particularly, I would say, youth of this country should understand. You are not employees of any party. If you are employee, that is different. You are not born for any party, any political party. You are not born for any political leader. They are your servants. If they want to survive, they have to act as servants. They have to work as servants. They are not our leaders. I don't consider any prime minister or any president to be my leader, because they are not leading me. They cannot lead me. They cannot lead people. People lead them. It is taxes we pay for this work. It's every power we pay them, we give them for this work. They don't give us anything. Tell me, which leader has given you something? No one. It is only arrangement of taxes, it is only budget of this country, it is only policy of this country that people decide for you, and you are super leader. Every citizen is prime minister, every citizen is president. We have to understand this point. This is what Constitution says. Constitution never says that prime minister is your leader, president is your leader. It never says that. And government is your leader. It never says that. Tell me where says. It's only misconception that has been caused. एक गलत फहमी के शिकार हैं हम कि हमारा संविधान ये कहता है, हमारा संविधान एक ही बात कहता है, ये देश की जनता ने बनाया है, आप इनकी सेवा कीजिए, नहीं तो आपको इस सीट पर रहने का हक नहीं है। वो अलग बात है कि इनके पास अधिकार नहीं है कि आपको हटा दें, लेकिन समय ने अधिकार दिया है, उसके बाद तो आपको हटना ही पड़ेगा। यही क्वालिटी है वोट की जो लोग समझते नहीं हैं, अब समझ रहे हैं। आज किसी भी वर्ग का कोई भी व्यक्ति हो, कम से कम वोट का मतलब समझता है। बस एक ही बात नहीं समझता, वो नाम में बह जाता है, पार्टी के नाम में, किसी नेता के नाम में बस बह जाता है। और यही एक नेगेटिव पॉइंट है, यही एक रेड लाइन है जिसको हमने हटाना है। मैं हमेशा क्वालिटी की बात कर रहा हूँ, ऑलवेज टॉक ऑफ क्वालिटी, and that is why I have brought this into my talk today, particularly on this day of 26 January 2022, that 73rd Republic Day, which is very important for our country at this time of COVID-19 and also turmoil in this country politically. There are some people, there are some leaders, or you can say our leaders, our servants who want to change constitution of this country, but they forget that people are not sleeping. Yes, people are sleeping from viewpoint of quality, people are sleeping from some other viewpoints, but people are not sleeping from constitution. If you talk to people, you shall find 85 to 90% people still believes in constitution of this country, and that's very positive point. If they don't believe in, they won't participate in elections, they participate in, they remove sitting MPs and MLAs, and I'm talking of MPs and MLAs because these are constitutional elections. These are not ordinary elections. We have to understand this fact, and constitutions cannot be replaced. That situation has not come. And this country is different one, only country in the world which has certain formal, specific document other than USA and other countries. And we have to respect quality of our vote, and we understand quality, and people want service, political service. Service to be provided by President of this country, and service to be provided by government of this country, and services to be provided by Parliament of this country. These services are in exchange of votes, and if you cannot do these services, cannot deliver these services, no vote shall go to you, whosoever you may be. People know this now. Therefore, I still support this constitution. I am with this constitution. I have full faith in constitution, and I have full faith in our system, and I don't have any faith in those people who want to destabilize these systems, these institutions, these constitutions, because they are devils for this country, they are criminals for this country, I should say. They are criminals against public opinion. They intend to divide in name of those leaders who struggled for this country, laid their lives. They want to divide in their names of people. They want to divide our people in names of religion. They divide our people in names of casteism. They don't divide our people in name of profession. They don't talk of professions. These people don't talk of employment. These people don't talk of higher price rises. These people don't talk of how to come up. These people don't talk of health system, because these people are unable to provide those facilities. I'm not saying this party is good or this party is bad. That's not my point of view. For me, politics, I'm talking of politics, and politics means service to people and not to have positions. And politics also doesn't mean that you should be in power. You can do a lot for people. Politics is junior to people. Try to understand. Political discussion doesn't mean discussion about government or discussion about something else. Politics means you have to think for people, and people must be facilitated, then people must also think about nation, because self-interest is not required. Public interest is required, national interest is required, and that comes only through unity of people, determination of people. And some people say change education. They don't actually talk about education because they themselves are not educated. It happens, but this is not time to infer about that. I'm not interested in that. Bakwas, you can say. I don't want to do that bakwas. I'm here just to talk of today's time, particularly this day, January 26th, and it's very, you can say, a day to worship, like that I act on my own. I am free person, you are all free, and we were declared on this day independent. Actually, this is, you can say, kind of personal independence, where you can change your system, you can change your representatives, MLA MPs who are our representatives, not our masters. We can change according to this day's provisions, and that provision is you have to constitute according to this constitution. You are given powers to constitute your national parliament, Lok Sabha, and also state parliaments or Vidhan Sabhas. You have to constitute according to this constitution member of parliament Lok Sabha, and you have to constitute MLAs in your states, and that's where direct election is called. And this power only comes from constitution of this country, and that's beauty of this constitution, that we have set this out of so many articles to few articles. Prime Minister is not elected by people. Similarly, President is not elected by people. Therefore, people elect MPs and MLAs, and position of MLA is therefore above government of state, and position of MP is above government of center. This you have to understand. देश के एमएलए का जो चुनाव होता है वो राज्य सरकार से बड़ा होता है, राज्य सरकार से ऊपर का होता है। इसी तरह से एमपी लोकसभा का चुनाव होता है वो देश की सरकार से ऊपर होता है। एमपी पार्लियामेंट लोकसभा बनाता है और एमएलए विधानसभा का हाउस को तैयार करता है, और ये हाउस सरकार से बड़े होते हैं, पार्लियामेंट भी सरकार से बड़ी होती है, राष्ट्रपति से बड़ी होती है, क्योंकि राष्ट्रपति भी पार्लियामेंट का हिस्सा है, इसलिए पार्लियामेंट बड़ी है। और पार्लियामेंट से अगर वो बड़ा है तो वो देश की पार्लियामेंट है, देश की जनता है। इसलिए इस संविधान को नमस्कार करते हुए, इस संविधान को दिमाग से लगाते हुए मैं इस बात को ख़त्म करता हूँ कि आप बात समझिए, संविधान को अगर हो सकता है तो पढ़िए, ट्राई टू रीड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। यू मे बी यंग, यू मे बी ओल्ड, you have to understand many provisions of this constitution. Don't be swayed by false promises of these politicians. Constitution is for everybody. It is public document, constitutional document, and everybody is right to read this document, to understand this document. And I again salute this document, and we come back to our own daily chapter, that's quality works. You can see my here this page giving email ID surajin_yahoo.co.uk, and you can see this title Master by now, and that is my other certification, professional engineer, and then chartered engineer, as well as fellow certificate, and then quality file, and then concrete file. Meanwhile, I close this. I don't talk much on this now. I close a 5 file and I close C file, and we go to quality file, and that is this one. The title of talk as usual is, you can say, quality works, concrete specifications, civil field engineering, life engineers, AnnexSL, Red+Silver+WhiteBooks, design constructions, method contracts, disputes organizations, communications, coordinations, and why quality. All this come into this. And now I say again that get up quality, stop sleeping. I just keep this title, get up quality, stop sleeping. Is it not ridiculous, you think so? Where is quality? I say get up. That's what I say, get up. Wherever you are, get up. I want to see you. Wherever you exist, get up. I'm waiting for you. Can't you say that? Get up. Listen to me, where are you? Get up. Come on, see me. stop sleeping, come on from bed. What's the saying? Somebody says, yes, I want to see you because you are sleeping. Oh my God, get up. There's so much communication made in these few words. Get up and stop sleeping. I'm addressing this to quality. Quality, which is not an identity, it's something invisible. I can't say in real world, here is quality, because quality is not seen, quality is experienced. Quality is experienced. It's not something you can say kind of noun. There's no material which you can quality, because quality should be within everybody. You get my point? It's something different. We can count anything. We can measure anything. We can measure in terms of units, length-wise, square meter-wise, area-wise, volume-wise, weight-wise, number-wise. There is no restriction. Units are available. Not original units, but relative units are available. And we can check. We can check whatever we want to check. We can examine whatever we want to examine. But we have to understand, when we check something, we examine something, quantify something, quality is automatically quantified. There is no separate measurement required for quality when quantity is approved. Means quality is natural phenomena that should be there in natural materials, and it should be artificial phenomena when these are processed by human or by process. And that's only I'm talking of. I'm not talking of natural quality, because that is beyond our control, but quality input provided by ourselves throughout world. I'm talking of that quality, which can vary, which depends on our dedication, our commitment, our will, whether or to what degree we can inject in or we can introduce into that product quality level. If we cannot do that, then what is meaning of quality? I try to explain many times meaning of quality, and that meaning can never end, because quality can never end. And there is no one fixed class of quality. There are many classes of quality. Depending on requirement, again I say, quality varies always. Just like in your food, sometimes you don't want to add high spices, sometimes you want to add spices. It depends upon you. There are various, if your choice is a taste, we say we taste your taste, how much quantity of spices or sugar you want to add. Then we stop at taste. Okay, that taste is also a part of quality. It may be delicious for someone, or it may be spicy for someone. It depends, means everywhere it's individual choice. And that can't be fixed. That can be fixed only by individual. But when you come into something that is uniformly applicable, everybody uses that. It may be whatever item or goods or article. People don't consume it by tongue, but they use in life. It's comfortable for them or not comfortable for them. Or what do you want to select for you? It's okay, selective one, use that. There's no definition you can say where you can say uniformly you can apply in quality, because it is customized one or it's uniform one. We can say, for example, air. Air is not, it's a polluted one, so this means it's not quality air. Water is polluted one, it's not quality water. When we say something quality by using quality name, this means whatever is desired or what is expected of that is giving that. Whatever is expected of requirement or whatever material or product, if you get that, to that requirement, it meets that requirement as specification, And that's what's a quality one. If we can say quality person, quality good, what do you expect of a person do for you and the person delivers that service? So quality person, you can say, yes, it's quality person. This person gives me this. Okay, fine. Quality person, quality servant, quality employer. Employer also I can say, oh, my employer is quality one. This employer cares for me. This employer gives me salary in time. This employer worries about me. Oh, this employer is very reputed in market. It's a quality person, quality employer. Oh, it's a quality engineer. It's a quality teacher. It's a quality student. You can do that. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. It happens. We have to name someone. That's why I say get up quality. I mean to say get up quality everywhere. I want to see you. Not by face, by feeling, by experience. Stop sleeping. You are sleeping, my dear. Why are you sleeping? Because we allowed it to sleep, that's why it's sleeping. We allowed it to go, it's gone. Now you want to call it back. It's easy to think. You can't. I can't call you back. You come on, tell me where are you. That's why I come back to it. Get up quality, stop sleeping. Because if you sleep, I sleep. And if I sleep, you sleep. Because I am not opening my eyes. That's why you are sleeping. If I open my eyes, can you sleep? So I am sleeping. In fact, you are not sleeping. I am sleeping. You are not sleeping. See, here sleeping means not sleep in bed. This means not to care about or ignore someone. Ignoring is your sleep. I don't worry about you. So for me you are sleeping. Or I am sleeping, you can say. I am sleeping because I don't care about you. I am sleeping from that aspect. My dear, sometimes you can explain to whatever extent it's required. But you should have those points to explain to your mind. And even if points are not available, then your experience is adequate enough to talk of something at length. And that is what's the meaning of experience, because you can collect whatever you did in life. You can make many references out of those experienced. What you learned in your life, experience is learning, it's nothing else. Experience is education, it's nothing else. It's more powerful than formal academic education, because when you work in profession, you work in occupation, you have to find problems, you have to discuss problems, you have to deal with problems, because you are going to sell your services. You have to find solutions of those problems. And that's where I say, my quality has got up, my quality has got up, start sleeping, because I am not sleeping. This means individuality counts. Yes, of course it counts. Individuality counts in work. And work means quantity with quality. I don't say plus, leave it. I say quantity with quality. Quantity attached quality, or you can say quantity attributed with quality. And if attribution of quality is absent, that means that quantity is also absent. Such a very easy, you can say, formula to understand. Now for him I'm talking. I'm not talking something extraordinary. I'm talking very, very easy work. Very easy work which can't be measured, but because of this work, all your work is measured. Why say, have active quality performing application. We don't have, we have. What you say? Do you have? You analyze yourself, search yourself. No need of Google searching. Search in your mind. Your mind is more than Google. Mind means you have to use your eyes, you have to use your mind, your brain, and you have to use your capability to find what, or to confirm what's there. Do you have that? You don't have that. If you have that, tell me, tell yourself. When I say tell me, it means tell yourself. Are you happy with what I'm saying? Have active quality performing application do you have? You have active quality or dead quality or passive quality or negative quality. Do you have quality safety, health and environment, or what is your engineering approach on working, designs, on manufacturing and in construction procedures? Assessment for working considerations. These are only certain points. We have to move on this. Or you can say, we have here, you can say here, I mean to say, when we talk of this point, we take into our considerations these points and move forward. Let me see why this page is not moving. Why this page is not moving? What's happening to this page? I'm sorry to say. Something wrong with this page. It's not working. Why? Well, I can move this page here then. So I've come to this page here, and this is get up, call it, and stop sleeping. What I would say, yes, it's moving now, correct. So what I say, have active quality performing application, quality SHE, engineering approach on working, designs, manufacturing and construction procedures. Redefined assessment for working considerations. Now we come back to some other else. It says fixed quality in Bharat, India. Why I say that? Why I have to say fixed quality in Bharat, India? I recently talked about today that is about vote quality. I want my vote qualitatively to be cast. I have also voted in my own work, right? My decision in my work, in my calling, in my activity is also a vote for me. Now I vote to myself or I vote to someone else. I say I vote to my work. My vote goes to my consent. It goes to my acceptance. And my vote decides about what my workers have to do, what I have to do, and designer's vote has to decide what should be done on works. So in fact, you can say a kind of sanction it is. What is a sanction? What is a sanction for someone or for work? We vote for, in elections we vote for some candidate. Here our candidate is work. Our candidate is work. In my work, I have to decide. I have to decide what is to be done. Right? Everybody has to decide. Everybody works. Now it's up to me how much I think of my work. How much I do for myself, this means for work. Why there is comparison between many items? Because no item is having equivalent quality. Some is superior, some is inferior. And that's why we want to see varieties of very items. Varieties can be varying. That's why it's varieties. When we say variety means quality is not same in everyone. Every item is different. But when every item is same, then we cannot say, we only say give me some more quality or more variety. These are all same. But here question is same or not same. What we expect or what we demand or what is claimed by manufacturer or by seller, and if we say we rely on your claim, whatever claim you say sell on based on this claim, okay, we accept your claim that this item is having these specifications perform with. Okay, fine. If this item performs the specifications, I accept this, but it should do. I accept this provided it does it. Provided it does it. And if it does it, fine. I said, okay, this is within my requirement quality item. It's so simple. There's no complication in that. Means we fix ourselves how we have to live. And can we live that way? That's all. If I have my limits for some small item, I cannot say I can buy a bigger one because my limit beyond that. My purchases not having that capacity, I can buy this item. So I will buy only that item which lies within my capacity. So that is quality for me. And quality for someone who has very big amount, who has so much with that of that person, quality is different. So my question is, we have to fix something. We have to limit something. Our confinement, our capacity, our potential. And for that is called quality in that case. This means quality is not uniformly applicable. It depends upon your budget. It depends on capacity. And budget doesn't mean financial only. This means capacity budget. Capacity budget, potential budget, or limitations of all these. So when we talk of our country, we talk of that. Fixed quality in Bharat, India. We have fixed our quality in Constitution. That is true. I am again coming back to that because today it is relevant that we live under umbrella of Constitution of this country. And everybody is protected by that. And we should have in our country, under Constitution itself, we have certain duties of citizens, and that duty also call that we should be quality one, we should do quality work, and quality means it should be scientific work, it should be systematic work, it should be engineering work, technical work, or whatever it should be it. That's what I'm talking of. Fixed quality in Bharat, India. And Bharat, India means we manufacturers also. We have to manufacture our goods in such a way, with such potential, that our goods be economical in world market, and also they should be affordable by everybody and should be exportable. We should have world market for us, but that market can be thought of only if we have certain quality works, quality products. This point is very simple to understand. We are only country where we can give economy. We are only country where we can give quality because we have enough stamina of education with us. We have enough knowledge in our country. If we compare to many other countries, we are far better in education. We were far better in education, but now that situation has dropped. We are better in engineering, we are better in sciences, we are better in thinking, we are better in education of ordinary subjects. But now that stage has gradually disintegrated, and that disintegration has to stop. So we have to say fixed our line, fixed quality in Bharat, India. I come back to same point as we discussed. Works quality cannot be compromised. गुणवत्ता किसी भी काम में हो, गुणवत्ता किसी भी प्रोडक्ट में हो, इस पर कोई ऐसा फैसला नहीं किया जा सकता जहां गुणवत्ता खराब हो जाए, जहां गुणवत्ता को डिफेक्ट हो जाए. वर्कों की क्वालिटी ऐसी होनी चाहिए. वट एवर वर्क्स वी डू, वर्क्स क्वालिटी कैन नॉट बी compromised. Means whatever is expected, or whatever is designed for there or whatever is demanded, that work should do that. We have no power to compromise, and particularly on contracts or in sale and purchase market. We can sell something only when we are sure of that and when it is useful to people, there is demand on that. Otherwise, there is no meaning at all. Work quality cannot be compromised just in name of certain fragile quality system. It cannot be compromised. That is first point. Work quality cannot be compromised just in name of fragile quality system, compliance, formality and excuse. Quality system may fail, but works quality must perform. While it doesn't happen currently in entire scenario, and considerations are preliminary considerations. Where does quality exist? Nowhere generally. Answer is unsuccessful to find anywhere, unfortunately. So it continues in questioning, did you find or can you find for deliberations? Because I am saying red lines to be resolved. Can we bring working environment to quality requirements? If yes, how to do it? There's no answer actually. I'm just trying to contemplate something. Maybe you get better answer than what I'm saying. And that's also let us say like this little, I think 125 is okay, right? Okay, let us say this one. So we have here, can we know and apply quality standards complied with overseas, for example, in GCC countries on buildings and non-plant facilities? Why I'm referring to this? Because when you think about certain red lines, that must be turn green and that must be a must. I'm not saying that we are so bad. We are not so bad. We are good also. In education we were good. If you compare our past records, our engineering education had been in general and our all other educations were reliable throughout world. May not be to that high level of specialization, which is just normal level these were. And this is on record that our engineers, our professionals worked overseas and set public right in their requirements for economical development, for products and for every other part in life. Education was general but reliable. When you are generally strong, certainly specifically we shall be strong. Those systems were general, but these were quite good in providing employment in general. That time I have seen. My predecessors also have seen that time, that jobs were not a problem. Or you can say our products were not qualitative, but we were having some products which we can call professional persons or other persons who can be converted, who were converted to market economy, and that is, we can say, our persons worked for other countries. Maybe at that time we used to say, I'll go to foreign country for work. Likewise, there was so much involvement, and we have got a pool today, and which we call, in general language, knowledge society. Knowledge society we have, and we have used this for other countries, and still it's working on. We can say, can we know and apply quality standards complied with overseas, for example in GCC countries on buildings and on plants? And we say at same time why we should not revisit quality required specifications. Why we should not do that? Why we should not revisit quality required specifications and update per world working standards requirements. And also really we have certainly worsening state of quality of works and how to improve such mandated works quality to certain minimum required marks, at least to match with minimum international requirements. Worsening state of quality of concrete and how to improve such mandated quality to certain minimum required marks. Concrete component in construction amounts to major percentage of cost, and therefore it becomes incumbent on us to care about quality of such component. It's of course out of common and professional understanding that why do they have no seriousness in this regard. Worsening state of communication and coordination during working for engineering designs and executions or construction activities we have to talk of, and determined and dedicated role of engineers towards realizing these requirements, or else quality remains a myth. Can we do it, or we are incompetent, inconsistent societies and communities in engineering? Are we engineering force or incapable lot? When shall we awaken ourselves? Shall we transform existing engineering strength into standard quality working force? Who shall deceive? Who shall decide for? Who shall decide about all such questions that are being faced in current scenario? Well, see, these are just contemporary questions that I think of, that you should also think about this. Maybe they're extra frivolous, but as I said in the beginning question, that can we apply international standards as applied in the countries? When I'm comparing, is very, very easy, because there we do. There is no position, there is no depth of resources. You may not say, oh, this resource is available there, we can't have it. That's not point view here. Question is, can we comply with? Ultimately, question says, can we comply with the standards? Even our own standards. Okay, leave it. Your own standards we follow. And who is responsible for our standards? That's also one point. Means we have to rethink here. We have to revisit our system, our specifications. Those may be not currently standable, and we have to think that. We have one weakness in ourselves, that we keep ourselves only to academics. We don't want to come out of that. We don't want to see what is the standard of that vessel in which we cut our economy last year. We do not do that. Revisiting is not something new. We revisit all our work sometimes, and even daily we work, we revisit it. People say, come on, think once more, or think once more for any, you can say, not routine job. In routine job we don't overthink, because, oh, this is daily formality, don't worry. It's only formality, we say, and stop it. I don't say that. It's only formality. For me, there is no formality but work. Why formality? Why do you want to be slave of formality? Don't be slave of formality, do work. When we think of quality, my dear, mindset changes. Remember, if you think to quality, if you think about quality, if you think for quality, quality itself changes because you think about that. When you think about that means you are an educated person. Simple. If you think about something that is professional, that is good practice requirement, means you are not deflected, you are not swayed by some people. And that's where it's required. We know our state of quality is worsening. Maybe we don't want to accept this fact. I know reasons behind that. I can criticize myself also. In engineering, there is no limit of criticism, and as well as there is no limit of acceptance. Engineering is freedom, freedom to live. This is the basics of engineering. Think first. Think on. Think something, do something, or before that, plan something. Think about something. Think about something, plan about something, and do something. Examine something, or audit something, and then you can say resolve it forever. We have to do all this. We have responsibility for our quality, nobody else. We are responsible for our quality system because we accepted system but not spirit of quality. As I usually say, spirited we are. That is true. We are spirits, we are souls. This fact cannot be denied, cannot be declined. When we go further, how to do it? There are many ways about this. How to do it? How to stop our worsening state of quality? Because quality in our field, civil engineering field, is checked at every stage, at international levels, but we don't check at our levels. I don't know the reason for that. There is no separate reason about this, but it's purely reason that I keep something for me in future, but we stop doing it sometimes because of many other reasons. We have to come back, role of engineers, and also we have to see all these items very clearly, and I am an engineer by qualification, by experience, and there are, like me, millions of engineers in this country. A country full of engineers, a country full of enthusiasm, and then the result is very unbecoming. It's very unbecoming because we do not concentrate on something. We just leave it to someone else, and that is a very different point. Dissemination of engineering information about quality requirement is everyday's job. Not for me, for everybody. It's not only institutions that they occupy in this. Every engineer occupies this, directly or indirectly. Dissemination of information. That is essential part of engineering, and that fact cannot be denied. And if we deny that fact, we deny ourselves. We have to spread information. Information about technology, information about its quality, and whatever information is required by people in whatever terms. We have to disseminate that, and we therefore say dissemination of engineering information about quality requirements and how to transform that requirement into physical being using method statements. And method statement, as I said, this is very much generalized statement that you keep in your mind. I have written this to that one. Even though you don't have copy, your mind should have copy of this. And it happens when you do something. How to use your method statements. That is very explanatory point that I put in beginning, but it gives requirements of all other items. It's how to concentrate on construction methods, decision making. How to concentrate on construction methods, decision making. It's a very important point. Something is unconventional or rarely is happening everywhere. And if you do that successfully, I think that's the important point here, successfully. How to concentrate on construction methods, decision making. It's also very big journey. Concentration is not easy. That's why I have written this point. Concentration on construction methods, decision making. Methods can be designed and drawn, stated for designs, for execution, for carrying out activities as well as for rectifications, remedials, and for services. Methods means comprehensive methods and not selective statements or selective ones. No work be carried out without referring to method statements, which must contain SHE and quality approach at every possible and convenient stage. What about contracts for construction? Should engineers know thoroughly? What about contracts for designs, procurement and construction? Should engineers know thoroughly? Do we organize to design quality contract? Do we go per lines decided by others? Should we ignore power and impact on works, quality, performance that contracts can attack on designs and prosecution? Do our engineers have interest in contract designs, drawing activity, which always remains very complex and certainly impacts on contract performance and contract related disputes? Certain points I'm just trying to reach everybody. So my journey is not very fast and I'm time consuming person. Alright, do our engineers have interest in contact design, drawing activity, which always remains very complex and certainly impacts on contract performance and contract related disputes. Our engineers, those interested in design activities, not inclined to involve with construction activities, and if not, what are they? What are they doing? What is issue that engineers do not include to work in coordination activities that impact on quality of designs and quality of construction? Should we respect project controls or we should move without each contracts? What about major material being concrete or structures? What about major materials that are considered often permanently included in structures and buildings everywhere in all parts projects? Then we can say, what about major materials that are considered often permanently included in structures and buildings everywhere on all projects? What about engineering materials being used to produce various hundreds parts goods in manufacturing? What's provision by government to force production and construction be delivered with quality compliance? What can be certain reason that quality requirement is being ignored by nation? And what reason does exist that engineers are not able to conduct required contributory roles towards quality domain? How can quality be controlled? How can quality be controlled and systems worked out for best organization in this regard? What should be required active role of engineers in handle all to handle? What should be required active role of engineers in all branches of engineering, and what should be role of activity performing roles? We may say, what should be role of actively performing a worker to handle instructions in this regard? Is quality compliance required so difficult? Is quality compliance requirement so difficult that professionals ignore it or they remain under pressure? Then we have to see, is quality compliance requirements so difficult that professionals ignore it or they remain under pressure. Can we people digest bad quality in goods, products and in construction? What is the role of government in this regard? Should government not add its active role towards quality? Five degrees, my God. It's 5 degrees, do you know? Temperature is 5 degrees currently. It's a 5 degree, really, I'm telling you. I just check again how much it is. Let me see. Just for information purpose. It is weather. I'll show you also if you want to see. It's in Haryana, 4 degrees. Oh, 4 degrees, oh my God. Believe me, it is fantastic. I'll show you, don't worry. I'll show you current temperature, it's better. Sometimes we should be like that. You can see that. I'll just notice, I'm going to show you in a couple of seconds. It's in PDF form conversion. So you will see it just now. It's coming to you. You can see this site is AccuWeather, and this is AccuWeather. This is Faridabad, Haryana, and here is, you can see January 26th, Wednesday. Current weather is 4 degrees Celsius, and real feel is 2 degrees Celsius. 5:21 a.m. 4 degrees Celsius. Wind is 10 km per hour. This is northwest. Wind gust is 16 km per hour. Humidity 77%. Indoor humidity 41%, slight dry. Dew point is 0 degrees. Pressure is 1014 MB. And cloud cover is 0%. In sky is clear and visibility is 8 kilometers. And cloud ceiling is 12.2 kilometers. Expected days 17 degrees. Real field 17 degrees. Real field shade is 15 degrees. So shade is colder. Cool with hazy sunshine. Air quality will be very unhealthy. Maximum UV ultraviolet index 4, moderate. Probability of thunderstorm 0%. Wind is northwest 13 km per hour. Precipitation 0. Wind gust is 32 km per hour. And cloud cover is 31%. Probability of precipitation 1%. Morning, afternoon, night is 5 degrees. Real field 3 degrees. AC and chilly. Air quality will be very unhealthy. So likewise, other data. So current data is, I was expecting 5, but it's 4 currently, and field is 2. So just for information, I tried to show. I close this, no problem. I close this and come back to our time, and let me see how this works. What it says, it's 4 degrees, and I'm surprised I'm sitting in 4 degrees Really, it is good. Well, I close this file now. So, concrete, and you see we're talking of quality system. I just try to shift to some interesting information here with, and it should be like that, because you say we come back to our own talk, and we're talking what should be the role of customer, what should be the role of customer or consumer, or you can say end user in this relation. Should end user or customer not be awakened to know quality requirements? We have to establish quality system and quality procedural approach while conducting design, planning and prosecution of execution of works. Who shall do it? Shall we keep silent or allow as it has been ongoing? Who shall do it? Shall we keep silent or allow as it has been ongoing, or do some concrete acts to encounter bad quality? Who shall answer? Answer is that it is pragmatism of engineers that would handle it. Not only civil engineering but also all other engineering operations must be oriented towards achieving quality objectives. It's never too late, for development has to go on continuously. It's never too late, for development has to go on continuously, by which satisfaction must be obtained. While satisfaction must be obtained, what I say, satisfaction, where this point has gone? Not only civil engineers, not only civil engineering, but also all other engineering operations must be oriented towards achieving quality objectives. It's never too late, for development has to go on continuously, for which satisfaction must be obtained while performing engineering activities in organizations. Management that only talks of results without heavily or intensively weighing quality approach and sequential results cannot be relied upon. Should we apply only management principles, or we should rely upon real organization methods where set goals, pertinent quality requirements are defined? Without achieving set quality requirements, no development can be sustainable and durable in long run. As it is often said that civil construction matters in lot all over during total development scenario, where civil engineer works as ab initio first principle starter. That professional must be strong enough with determination and commitment to give quality as intended to be delivered with product, so that other entrants may for sure follow suits respecting other disciplines or benches. Engineers have to decide to determine forever that quality cannot be taken for granted, and that have to work per engineering demands and requirements. First essential, first essential is that civil engineers must care about a professional requirement, care about professional requirements relating to projects where major structures are included permanently, which could be of significant value of being constituted in framing RCC components, structural steel components, precasting components, and all other considerable elements that add to structures. For example, remedial actions, modifications. If a structure is taken quality care of, all other components of items are secondary in consideration, but can be taken care of if base structure has reliability modules inculcated. If services are also included with structures, if structure is taken quality care of, all other components or items are secondary in considerations, but can be taken care of if structure has reliability modulus inculcated. If services are also included with the structures, additional care must be resorted to for engineering coordination, because coordination works say specialized job on such structures, and it is also true that it is like an additional expertise that every engineer does not possess or possess, and no academic branch or subject teaches it. If services are also included with structure, additional care must be resorted to for engineering coordination, because coordination works a specialized job on such structures, and it's also true that it's like an additional expertise that engine engineer should every engineer does not suit. then you can say therefore it is emphasized that coordination, true and effective approach must be applied, adopted as an essential if quality is required. This time to be affected on structural arrangements from every viewpoint, and it is also true that many changes are affected during construction or during production of working designs if procedurally coordinated for engineering per engineering. We also must contemplate intensively related to quality of works requirements, or else quality systems got no meaning at all. भारत इंडिया में गुणवत्ता किधर है, गुणवत्ता कहाँ बैठती है, अभियंता वर्ग से कोई भी गंभीरता को नहीं मिली, अभियंता वर्ग में कोई भी गंभीरता देखने को नहीं मिली। मुझे गुणवत्ता को कैसे प्राप्त किया जाए, गुणवत्ता को कैसे प्राप्त किया जाए, गुणवत्ता कहाँ बैठती है, अभियंता वर्ग में कोई भी गंभीरता देखने को नहीं मिली कि गुणवत्ता को कैसे प्राप्त किया जाए। परंतु कारण मुझको नहीं पता नहीं। बाजार में कोई भी पदार्थ गुणवत्ता द्वारा बनाया गया नहीं दिखाई देता। गुणवत्ता प्रमाण पत्र असलियत पर नहीं है, बल्कि निर्मित नहीं है, बल्कि सामान्य सी प्रक्रिया बनकर रह गए हैं। संस्थान सरकारी हो अथवा निजी, गुणवत्ता सब जगह है ही नहीं, तो तथा कोई प्रश्न करके वाला भी नहीं होता है। किसी को भी चिंता नाम की चीज नहीं है, परंतु उत्तरदायित्व किसका होता है, अभियंता का। परंतु क्या अभियंता जानता है कि गुणवत्ता किसे कहते हैं? देश का गुणवत्ता बिना उन्नति कर पाएगा, परंतु सभी स्वप्न में ही $5 ट्रिलियन की अर्थ पाना चाहते हैं, जो नाम मात्र की कल्पना है। यदि गुणवत्ता नहीं है तो केवल सिविल अभियंत्री ही सदियों तक चलने वाले ढांचे बनाती है, बाकी सभी का सामान कुछ वर्षों के लिए होता है। यही अंतर है सिविल तथा दूसरी इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्रीज। कौन कुछ वर्षों के होता है, यही अंतर है सिविल तथा दूसरे अभियंताओं की कौन सा किसको समझाए पता नहीं, बस मस्तिष्क में गुस्सा आता है और ये सब क्या हो रहा है। No seriousness has been observed among engineers from branches about quality requirement with no reason. What are we not serious in quality? Why are we not serious in quality regard? Now, no material or product in our market is available that can give or deliver quality performance. Yet quality mark is owned by material or product manufacturer. How is it possible? How is it possible? Tell me. Question is, how is it possible? This means that quality certification is not perfect, but just a decorative formality. Whether or not private or government, quality exists nowhere, but in lip service only. private or government or no publicity. Just to deceive purchaser, whether or not private government quality exists nowhere, but in lip services only. You stand it. I am sure, see, whether or not private government quality exists nowhere, but in lip services only or in publicity just to deceive purchaser and to promote business or industry. I am sure that engineers have forgotten quality or they did not study about what does quality mean. Universities and institutions have not not been capable to inculcate quality mandate into studious minds. It's unfortunate really. Into studious minds. Every organization is certified by quality system generally, but existence of quality is poor. Only tag is that such and such quality is certified, such and such quality certified. That's only tag and nothing else. Government least bothers. Government least bothers because it does not care for engineering and engineering products, but only profits for profits and gains from corporates. For government do not bother about quality for people lives. Companies least bother because they are commerce and business oriented and believe only in shortcut earning methods. No long-term vision is owned by majority. No long-term vision is owned by majority owners, and for them no long-term vision is owned by majority owners, and for them, if product fails in performance, consumers shall buy one new, only one. Professional engineers never ever bother because they have got no independence standings. We can say professional engineers never ever bother because they have gotten no independent standings and are unable to fight against abuse of a quality system and tacitly support misleading publicity and even after such carelessness in perfect yes. Okay, let's move further. Engineers are not well trained to an extent quality is concerned. Because quality cannot be learned in theory alone, and also just computers use cannot bring quality input into products, whereas vision is owned by whereas quality is a basic requirement. Quality is a basic requirement and must be in hands, in minds, in hearts, and in passion. Thousands of designers and executives are available, but never deliberate quality, for which reasons are unknown to me, or they run away from accepting facts. Is this what we do call engineering? I call it engineering failure for sure engineering decision. 1,000 designers and executives are available but never deliberate quality, for which reasons are unknown, or they run away from accepting facts. This is what we do call engineering. So I'm going to slow because you can also have a chance to read if you wish. Is this what we do call engineering? I call it engineering failure, and for site engineering abrogation. Sure engineering application. We're really fed up with nation's continuous silence on issues. Even top class academically educated professors and doctors avoid conferring on quality, forget about graduates. Docs, engineers and doctors. You can say professors and doctors should confer on quality, forget about graduates. You can say really fed up with nation's continuous silence on issues. Even top-class academically educated professors and doctors avoid conferring on quality for forget you can say about graduates. Think of $5 trillion economy, $5 trillion economy, imaginary idea only, and for sure it's fictitious only by engineering industries. It's getting difficult. Shall we reach this target without quality inclusion? How about I do not know? Only fake people can answer fake. Quality really answer can come in different positions. Civil civil engineering domain is located at top in delivering unacceptable standards, whereas it should deliver topmost deliverables. Civil engineering products are meant for use during decades to come, while other products are used only for few years. This means quality responsibility lies on civil engineers, including structural engineers. But it doesn't happen in reality. And we have been continuously delivering short life structures for our future and present sustainability and wasting use of the gas and the energy. Engineers have become only wait a minute. Civil engineering products are meant for use during decades to come, while other products are used only for few years. This means quality, you can say quality responsibility lies on civil engineers, including structural engineers, but it doesn't happen in reality. And we have been continuously delivering short life structures for our future and present sustainability and wasting time, wasting use of nature and its delivered raw materials. Engineers have become only design oriented and no commitment robots. No commitment robots. Rather than becoming practical and perfect, Engineers have become only design oriented and no commitment robots, rather than being practical and pragmatic professionals. Designs design can itself not upgrade. Uh, uh, you can read it. Institutions, institutions have become non-existent because they are not serious in performance and just act as showrooms. Government is non-existent because it has got no quality system in its approach and performance. II has failed. II is a very basic original institution. It has also failed in doing its job and all other NGOs, societies, institutions have entirely become septic to an extent quality is concerned. Engineers do not have communication and coordination skills, which are first stage activities to know about what is required to be done factually and not just by hypothecation or by speculation. When I say something, it means something. And I say hypothecation, hypothecation occurs when an asset is pledged as collateral to secure a loan without giving up. Practice where a debtor pledges collateral to secure debt or is a condition precedent to served. A situation in which an organization borrows money in relation to particular assets. Okay, leave it. So you can say, I'm using this word with thinking, and it says that we can say engineers do have communication, coordination skills, which are first stage activities to know about what is required to be done factually and not just by application or by speculation. Engineers do not have struggling economic encouraging skills. Engineers do not have struggling and encountering skills currently, for which reasons are unknown. But it's also true that without engineers development stops, that's also true. Engineers have become toys in hands of government and industrialists, which amounts to an unbecoming quality development state. Youth or budding engineers. Youth or budding engineers must learn, or else no one shall call them engineers. Our engineers have lost their quality practical systems. Our engineers have lost their quality practical systems. Those who never worked in field decide about education specifications in engineering. And those who never experienced field decide about codes. Professors are only theoretical tutors, not pragmatic field runners. Just achieving degrees are not adequate, even if one is a doctorate. Experience, and that too quality one based, it must be a must. Think about quality always. संचार तो संतुलन अत्यंत आवश्यक सही गुणवत्ता पाने के लिए. Communication and coordination, most significant disciplines and subjects. लिखित में दस्तावेज आवश्यक है. मोबाइल से लंबी बातचीत का अधिक उपयोग सही नहीं. दूसरों को भी बातचीत का अवसर मिलना चाहिए. Written document is a must for reference. Just mobile use dependence is not sufficient, and long talks must be avoided during hard decision making. Then, a written document is a must for reference. Just mobile use dependence is not sufficient for long talks. It must be avoided so that others should not wait for respectful talking. Turn a total understanding of defined specifications. Vindication is a must to carry out every activity, or else incorrect activity shall be performed. It's the responsibility of design specifying engineers to include demanded technical and activity. गुणवत्ता प्लस हादसों सुरक्षा प्लस शक्ति उपयोग. क्वालिटी प्लस HG प्लस इकोनॉमिक्स कॉन्टेक्ट्स कॉन्सेप्ट प्रोडक्ट्स. गुणवत्ता बिना सब कर्म विकार. उत्तरदायित्व अभियंताओं का सभी व्यक्तियों का गुणवत्ता बिना सब काम बेकार, गुणवत्ता का गुणवत्ता प्राप्त करने हेतु क्वालिटी इन कंस्ट्रक्शन, quality in production, manufacturing, quality in services and education in society and individuals, quality in communication, coordination, quality required everywhere and every activity in life or in engineering and life is not life engineering based, life engineering based, which means that which means that engineering is domain of for life and profession, like medical is domain of super profession. गुणवत्ता निर्माण में, जीवन में, सेवाओं में, हर कार्य में, शिक्षा में, समाज में, व्यक्ति में उतने ही आवश्यक है जितना सांसों में। गुणवत्ता हर काम में आवश्यक। सुरक्षा से बिना श्रम कर्म बेकार, व्यर्थ। उत्पादन हो या उद्योग या निर्माण। No concessions. I'm writing no concessions. Why? I do not give any concession, right? SH required everywhere, no concessions. During manufacturing, during processing, and during all construction activities, and also during use of products and whatever services, wherever, Shakti Upyog, no concessions. Ergonomics is a science that requires everyone about how to use available resources, available energies for doing whatever work activities in best possible safe manner, so that involved worker is least impacted upon by adverse actions imposed upon by such activities. No concessions. These requirements are certainly must, no way to respond these two no. Must ask yourself, no way out, and without good quality compliance applications, good SHE compliance certifications, nothing can go out in right direction and right directions. Good quality compliance applications, good SHE compliance applications, nothing can move in right direction, no concessions. See, this title, no concession, is very important now. SHE is very first consideration on each and every activity on which and every project and on site implementation. So when you say here, as such is very first consideration on each and every activity, on each and every project, and on each and every operation, all to be supported by applications of principles of ergonomics. As such claims that safety first. If safety is conducted, what happens, and if safety is ignored, what happens? Certainly breach of contract provisions. No concessions again, no concessions. No one has got any right to give undue pains to others. No one has got any rights to condemn quality requirements because quality is a part of. Of course, then, I will say, no one has got any right to give undue pains to others. No one has got any right to condemn quality requirements because quality is also paid for. When product is purchased, सुरक्षा है तो दर्द नहीं, सुरक्षा नहीं है तो दर्द ही दर्द. No connection, no concessions. No safety, no pain, and no safety, no pain. No concessions. Quality, no pain, and no quality, only pain. गुणवत्ता की आवश्यकता हर काम में, गुणवत्ता की आवश्यकता हर काम में तो गुणवत्ता अभियंताओं के हाथ में है तथा उन्हें इसको लागू करना होगा. नो कंसेशंस. Quality has to be complied with. If the fact defined, specified, stated requirements within ambit of scope of works designed value specifications, quality ranges in elaborations. Depending on indicative descriptions, and there exists no unlimited scope of quality criteria to be conducted, carried about. गुणवत्ता नहीं तो भविष्य भी नहीं. गंदा विकास होगा चारों ओर द्वारा, डकैतों द्वारा क्या अभियंता. No future if no quality. No future if no quality persists, and its specified requirements must be met in all respects. No concessions. No excuse is admissible for quality failure. No concessions. No concessions. Quality is a must and must and must. अभियंताओं को समझना होगा. गुणवत्ता आवश्यक. No concessions. Engineers must realize quality facts, and in particular, civil engineers have to change quality aspects of society, or else quality cannot exist. सिविल अभियंता वर्ग काफ़ी लिए उत्तरदायी, बाकी दूसरे अभियंता भी उतने ही उत्तरदायी. engineer becomes incapable, which means engineering and life due to it cannot at all access. Systems quality to be devised and achieved, and broken system means broken life. Linked to broken system, professionals' individual working capacity, quality to be amended from time to time. One must be forced to amend its quality and obtaining reliability. By additional learning and due teaching, and by additional knowledge dissemination. Relevant element or product defined quality to be achieved, and individuals required attitude quality to be streamlined, individuals' dedication to work to be replied actions. Work commitment to be made and fulfilled for delivery. All other parameters to deal with or fail with what? We have work commitment to be made and fulfilled for delivery. All other parameters to deal with per quality requirements, no concessions. Designs of structures and other must be made decisive, safe, qualitative and quantitatively must be reliable for prosecution as well as for long-term performance, no concessions. Quality contracts must be explicitly clear and competent with having constituencies pertinent quality issues. All stages, designs being significant, but merely design does not alone. All stages designs being significant, but merely design does alone not suffice if construction and development are not effective to specified marks, required or defined qualitatively. Quality requirements cannot be allowed to be ignored. Origin, all stage designs being significant but merely design does not alone suffice if construction development are not affected to specified marks. Required or defined quality requirements cannot be allowed to be ignored. Design drawings must have quality input and duly coordinated to produce working details, keeping every site working. Conditions and culture for site cannot be relied upon automatically, but provide clear notes, specific properly and explicitly in a good communicative manner. Construction based on reasonable, coordinated, constructible, quality designs and SHE. Contracts must be clear in all approaches. All activities must be clear in all approaches. All activities must be taken care of, but doesn't happen. Reasons being technology and attitude and existence of developing of undue strains in minds. Why should we work when? Why should site work suffer because of deficiencies of scientists? Why should site work suffer? Because of deficiencies in designs and efficiency in work conduct. Design accountability must be fixed if accountability on constructed product or element is required. Design and construction qualities are complementary to each other, and without integrated coordination, activities worked upon shall result in lesser quality input. Then say design activities must be fixed if accountability on construction product is required. Design and construction qualities are complementary to each other without integrated coordination. Activities worked upon shall result in lesser quality results. No construction method statements being must for works implementation and therefore must be charted out professionally. No concessions can be allowed on this activity, method statement or work procedure for every activity is a must. and it should tell firmly about what is to be done on works, and that must be done. That must be done for, for quality realization, or else there can be applied no real solution. Better mouth. It says that no concession can be allowed on this activity. Method statement of work procedure for every activity is a must, and should tell formally about what is to be done on works, and that must be done for quality realization, or else there can be applied no real control on works, and therefore on projects. Expression of specific details in convenient format for work performance, and define elaborate performance, or else no work can be carried out in defined and designed sequence. And because of that, output suffers, resulting in bad standards of works produced. Method statements must be made necessary for activities implementation, or else many diverse ways can be adopted by site team when condoning or overlooking necessary communication based coordination approach and consequences. Bold. Many diverse ways can be adopted by site teams when condoning or overlooking necessary communication based coordination approach and consequences. Would advice remain adverse, giving bad results without achieving any level of uniformity and consistency. Right. Unchangeable cost within controls cost, invariable risk relations risks. So risk must be foreseen for resolutions. Must for damages are not tenable and must be controlled in advance. Inexperienced engineers may prove inefficient in working. Therefore, such risk-based engineering emergencies, and therefore thorough deliberation or brainstorming must be conducted based on available data input. Data input. Risk must be clearly understood and defined to each its necessary resolution and to convert to work convenience, else risk can be very expensive in terms of lives and costs. Reliability. Reliability must be accessibility defined and achieved. Must be accessibility defined and achieved. Reliability is equal to safety from all involved factors plus successful serviceability of intended purpose plus mandated durability plus mandated durability of its working life. All other necessary resources involved, applicable knowledge areas, factors which resources must be understood and achieved on all procedures, or else one should learn before taking responsibilities, and all foregoing issues must be considered right angles. Switch of all working life and all other resources involve the applicable knowledge areas, factors which resources must be understood and achieved in all procedures, or else one should learn before taking responsibility, and all foregoing issues must be considered along with all possible risks, or else if failed, all efforts go in vain. No concessions. Analysis professionally, a must tool for work contemplation, is considered an exclusive engineering and life oriented basis, an intellectual tool that can penetrate into all problems and unearth required solutions, and there exists no way from where or through which analysis approaches could be evacuated. Then we have is considered an exclusive engineering. What is that? It is we can say analysis professionally, a master tool for works contemplation, and is considered an exclusive engineering and life oriented basis, an intellectual tool that can penetrate into all problems and unearth required solutions. There is just no way from where or through which analysis approaches could be avoided. We must all problems be understood by this approach. Synthesis and analytical based requirements result to apply analytical based performance provided a chain of solution linking of that sequence can be named synthesis after all solutions are integrated per requirements of sustained suitability. All solutions network must reach compatibility. सोच तथा एकाग्रता अत्यंत आवश्यक, thinking and concentration, certain powers to achieve everything. Valued unlimited and an only way and an exclusive way for reaching solutions. Thinking based contemplation and must be achieved. Designs plus prosecution works. Applications must be affected. Abhyantari, engineering and nursing, engineering based business, Abhyantari is business, and quality, non-performance can say. Let me put on this please. Quality non-conformance product is called substandard and therefore rejected because it is against engineering and source nature for natural materials are wasted without any optimum gains, no concessions. Let me go for 5 minutes and come back please. Okay. Hold on for that time. Non-conformance means you have seen this already. Non-conformance is what you have seen this, I think. And non-conformance means engineer, abhyanta is either careless, लापरवाह, or ignorant, अनजान, or incompetent, सक्षम नहीं. One and therefore is a redundant, फालतू, personal. फालतू पर्सनल, फालतू यार ये. फालतू पर्सनल. We must change to meet requirement to achieve intended quality standards for universal recognition of products or goods. Quality requirements check being a must. Quality requirements check being a must, missing which we have to blame ourselves for quality achievement failure. Engineering means quality application and continuous improvement of quality CIQ. गुणवत्ता प्राप्त करने के लिए लगातार कार्य सुधार की आवश्यकता होती है. No way exists not to comply with defined or specified quality levels, because definition of quality is a must and that definition requires to be achieved, or else work leads to status of being unsuccessful and to be reformed. Engineers are problem solvers, and engineers are developers, and engineers are agents of change. Engineer can convert a forest or a desert to a city or an industrial town for which quality and safety, health, environment play integrated and most vital roles in all respects. No concessions. Quality can never be a must, for quality can never be and must not be compromised by engineers and public. And if done without quality, you have acted against profession and nature. संचार तथा संतुलन अत्यंत आवश्यक. सही गुणवत्ता पाने के लिए no concessions. Communication and coordination most significant disciplines subjects. बिना विनिर्देशों स्पेसिफिकेशंस को समझे कोई भी कार्य नहीं करें, क्योंकि गुणवत्ता प्राप्त करने के लिए स्पेसिफिकेशंस या विनिर्देशों को अच्छी प्रकार समझना होगा. लकीर के फ़कीर नहीं बनना चाहिए. नो कंसेशंस. स्टॉप डूइंग वर्क विदाउट थॉरो अंडरस्टैंडिंग एप्लीकेबल स्पेसिफिकेशंस. You cannot carry out work without thorough comprehending specifications. गुणवत्ता निर्माण में, जीवन में, सेवाओं में, हर कार्य में, शिक्षा में, समाज में, व्यक्ति में उतनी ही आवश्यक है जितना सांसों में, लिखित में दस्तावेज आवश्यक है. डिमांड रिटन डॉक्यूमेंट एंड प्रोसीजर to carry out works and stop believing on verbatims. मोबाइल से लंबी बातचीत का दुरुपयोग सही नहीं. दूसरों को भी बातचीत का अवसर मिलना चाहिए. ये डॉक्यूमेंट दिखाना था किसी बात के लिए. It was very important for people to understand this document in a sense for concrete work. Really, fantastically, we can say it's wonderful to get such document, and we can say that it's really very much interesting, as well as we can say I'm just trying to show you something very important, that we had some times to show, and it's really, here is this, we can say just one small document. I to cite save you yesterday. It's Amsalal Boys Preparatory School. This was constructed in 1985. 86, I think 86, yes. This was in 1986 when I was project agent of this school project. In those days, there were no computers. About 6,000 cubic meter RCC element in this RCC foundations, RCC superstructures, and you can say rock area, soft rock. This was located about 8 kilometers from Grafa roundabout on Alcor Road. It took about 18 months on this project. There was you can say assembly hall here. It's about 18 meters. This is workshop area. This is classrooms area. And this is also classrooms, laboratory areas. This is all same. And here is some mosque. This is open area here. Of course, this is now some shading has been done. I visited this school in 2004 unofficially. I'm just trying to show you. I learned something from British people here. They were consultants, and I worked on behalf of contracting company, Alatia Contracting. Consultants were Qatar Consultants Groups, and this is one of many such school projects spread in Qatar, Doha that time. This was my first major project in that company. Before this, I had done landscaping works of 5 schools, and after this project was completed, I took over another project, that was Barjan Army 2nd Royal Guard training camp construction. That is another one. I'm just trying to show you, that means I'm not claiming anything here. just to show you how we used to work. You can say 18 meters span of this hall, and all structural work based on working stress methods that time. Amsalal area. Now I just go back to our frozen file, and that is so no written as I said. We have to go to concrete files to concrete, which is very significant material in engineering and construction, without which we cannot even think of constructing some structure, whatever structure. Even if you want to construct a manhole in sewer line, we have to use concrete. We have to erect some electrical pole in street, we have to use concrete. We have to construct road, we have to use concrete. We have to construct some precast tiling or flagstones for footpath or for roofing, we need concrete. We have to construct a structure of building, we require concrete. We have to construct infrastructure facilities around town, we require concrete. We have to construct airport or hospitals, we require concrete. Concrete is very general, extremely general, common material that is permanently included on projects, on buildings, on structures, wherever. Just like I showed to the school building, whatever facility we do, everywhere in world, everywhere, we have to use concrete. It may be facilities plants or processing plants or petroleum plants, or it may be institutional buildings, or it may be irrigation network, or it may be army jobs, permanent jobs, or in some cases it may be whatever sort of jobs. Concrete is a part of life. Of course, it's very important to understand and get into that. It should be environmentally friendly, but we have no choice. We choose to do it. Of course, we have to think of durability of concrete. That is very important one. We have to think for durability of concrete. Durability of concrete is very important for concrete itself, because concrete is our friend for long term. Concrete is not one day friend, not 1 hour friend. It's a friend for whole life, whole generation, many generations to come, as I said before. We cannot discard this material. Concrete is very important part of life, and therefore it's very important part of engineering. Concrete means steel also with this, and these days maybe ethylene products, epoxy products, and concrete links to many more products. Concrete means concrete piles, concrete foundations, concrete rafts, concrete steps, concrete columns, concrete steps, concrete slabs, concrete beams, concrete walls, concrete towers, and we can say different types of concretes and concrete electric banks, concrete in your ordinary houses, you can say, even we use structural steel, we have to use concrete. You can say that concrete is not just a name, it's a part of life. We may not notice it, but it is part of life. Somewhere, however, it is. And some things are part of life. We have to take care of that. Is it not right? And if we don't take care of that, this we don't take care of ourselves. Concrete is everyday affair, somewhere, everywhere. But quantity which we consume every day, everywhere, all over the world, quality must also be cared for. And that is only a point where I concentrate. That is very significant point for me, that quality is very important for concrete. Just remember that it is very easy to do concrete work, very easy to do concrete work by doing some form work, by using some steel permanently into this and casting concrete or pouring concrete and leveling it, compacting it or consolidating it, whatever you say. But if suppose it is not correct, it is incorrectly done, it's not done the way it should have been, it's very expensive to repair it. It is very expensive to replace it. Replacement is very expensive. Repair is very expensive. Remedial work is very expensive. And you can say its proposed use or intended use is challenged in that case. Concrete is actually still unclear. Its technology has widened to extended vistas. It has gone to unlimited areas, but yet it is unclear still. Oh, how shall it behave after 100 years, 150 years? We cannot with proclamation speak today. It depends on its birth. Its birth is its casting, its manufacture. It's not easy. It's not easy because we have not understood it clearly, because it has not announced itself till now. If we cannot do concrete in a way it should be done, it's very disgusting, and we claim something. We can't do it. Therefore, we have to be careful about this. I'll continue this talk later on also, because now I'm leaving it to you. It's more than 3 hours, and I think I should close it now. Thank you very much. We'll continue future wise and hope it's fine. Thanks.